Remember what our EQ is. How did the thoughts and beliefs of ancient Chinese influence their society and their government? And we've added the philosophies to all the other many thoughts and ideas that the Chinese had that were ended up making up their ideas of society and government. But we are talking about the three philosophies today. And who can remind us, what's the difference between a philosophy and a religion? What's the difference between a philosophy and a religion, Gaines?
In a religion, we worship a god, and in the philosophy, it's just like an idea of how this life works.
Right, this is an idea of how life works versus worshiping. Think about our activity and how we learned about Confucianism. What was it about the way the activity was structured that mimicked the ideas of Confucianism? Think about the way we learned about Confucianism. What was it about the way that activity was on Thursday that mimics Confucianism? Not.
You have to respect your elders.
You got to respect your elders. And remember, every table had a what?
Elder.
An elder. And that elder was wiser than we were. And so, therefore, that elder was helping us gain this knowledge. That was his job to do what? Teach us and lead us and take care of us, gaining that knowledge. And what was our responsibility?
To respect.
To respect, obey, and to follow. Okay? Basically, what did we talk about? Confucianism did not come up with some great new idea in Chinese society. What idea did he use? He used filial piety. He said, why in the world should you respect your elders? And that's right. And then walk outside your door and spit on Connor because he's not part of your family. Steal from Elijah, he's not part of our family. Confucius said that doesn't make sense. We're going to take the idea of filial piety and we are going to expand it. How did he expand it to the government?
So like the higher people, and they were like the elders, and then as you go down, they got harder.
So it was a hierarchy. Okay? And he also had this idea, so everybody stand up. See if we can remember this idea of Confucianism. Keely, you'll have to watch this. Remember, Buddhism is very prominent in China, so we start with this idea of meditation. We start with the and what did Confucius say?
Good.
Good. Let's do it again because that was poor and pitiful. Here we go. Good. Okay. Why are we saying that? What was Confucianism's basics about man? Man is what, Natalia? Man is basically good. Inside all man, and remember we're not just talking about men here, we're talking about people, we're talking about man. Man is basically good. But in order for that goodness to come through, and in order for, does anybody else, sorry I'm going to interrupt my lesson, you can edit this. Anybody else absent on Thursday? Besides Keely? I don't think so. Okay, good. Man just needed a chance to improve himself and to show his goodness. And according to Confucianism, what offered that chance? Back at your notes. That's why you take notes. What offers? No, you can't be looking at your notes when you're looking at your hands. What offers man the chance to improve himself, to show his goodness? Go for it, Leo. All you can be is wrong. That's it. See, you weren't wrong. Go for it. Everybody should get an education. Because what Confucius said was man is good. But all men, poor all the way up to the top, need an education to be able to continually improve themselves and to be able to take care of the people that are beneath them. Okay? So Confucianism. At your seats, let's get in the Confucius mode. Good. Okay. Terrific. So, there wasn't just one philosophy. There were how many? Three. There were three philosophies. So there are two more. Symbol. Many of you doodle the symbol. all the time. This is the yin and the yang. This is the symbol for Taoism. So what does that mean is going to happen to this philosophy? In order for it to turn into a religion, what's going to happen? Paul?
It's going to have to be like a creator.
Okay.
A God.
There's going to have to be something that they worship, whether it's a god or a force or something. Eventually, this way of thinking is going to turn more into a religion. This word nature is going to be extremely important to the Tao and to the Taoists, to the people who believe in Taoism. And we're going to let you learn today, and we're going to do it just the way we did with Confucianism, where we tried to set up a situation in class that kind of mimics Confucianism. I'm going to set up a situation today for you that's going to mimic Taoism. Okay? And I'm going to have to play teacher and take you out of Taoism just for a minute and say that instead of giving you all the time in the world that you need, as the teacher I'm going to tell you you're limited to 5 minutes. But other than that, I'm going to try to set you up for Taoism. As you read about Taoism and try to kind of internalize some of these beliefs, I just want you to do it however you feel most comfortable. Whatever's the best way you feel learning. If you need to stretch out on the floor, go find yourself a place to stretch out on the floor. If you want to sit here, if you want to work in a group of a partner, or if you want to work by yourself, or if you want to work with a little group of 3, whatever you feel comfortable doing, that is what I want you to do in order to learn this material. So just be my guest. Make sure you're on the Taoism side. However you want to do it, just find your place in the classroom. The only thing is keep your voices to a reasonable volume, because other people are going to be trying to learn also. And I'm going to give you about 5 minutes. Now I know some of you would prefer more time than that, and I just can't give you the luxury of time. But as soon as you get your paper, just go learn about Taoism. And when it says stop here and discuss, you can discuss it with the people that you're with, or if you're by yourself, just think to yourself, okay? As soon as you get your paper, you may begin.
Just as a farmer cannot force a plant to grow, Laozi thought that a ruler cannot force people to prosper.
Lao is a universal force.
Why was the exercise structured the way it was today? Because you told us why the exercise on Thursday was structured the way it was. But how was the exercise today, learning about Taoism, excuse me? Why did I choose to structure it that way? Davis.
You were acting like natural.
Okay?
Because it was like nature, so you were acting like
Okay. Okay. Expand on that. It's more than that. Think about what you read. Jack B.
Do what comes natural to us.
I was letting you do what was coming natural to you, not me, because it was tough for me right then, for that last 5 minutes. Because where was I in all of it? I wasn't. You just kind of I just was stepping back and letting you learn the way that's natural to you. And I had to bite my Taoist tongue a couple of times, because there were a few times that I wanted to go over there and get a couple of people on track. But as a Taoist, You have to let people be their natural ways. Okay? Go with the flow. What Taoism basically says is that where Confucianism said, man, this order and chaos that's happening in China would be corrected if we could just have that respect. That's all your focus. That duty and responsibility and respect that goes with filial piety on steroids, right? Taoists don't say that. Taoism's basic beliefs is
Do what's natural.
do what comes naturally, but people need to quit trying to always gain wealth and power. What Taoist said is that chaos in China was happening because Aaliyah wasn't satisfied with what Aaliyah had. Aaliyah had this amount of land, and she wasn't satisfied with that because she didn't feel like that amount of land was doing what was giving her what she needed as far as food and wealth and power. So what did Aaliyah decide to do? Go and take it and fight for somebody else's land. What Taoist basically is saying is, Aaliyah, just accept what you got. Okay? If everybody would just accept what they had, what nature gives them, then the chaos in the world will be gone. Because guess what? Some years, is Aaliyah going to have a really good crop? Yeah. Some years, nature is going to give her bounty. And you're going to accept that. But you will never see the beauty in that bounty. You will never understand how good that bounty is if she doesn't have what also? The bad. That's right. You got it? They're saying we need to accept the good with the bad. We need to accept it. She's going to have this bountiful harvest and she is going to celebrate. But she has to realize that in some years she's not going to get as much as that. It's not going to be as good. She needs to accept that too. We need to go back to a simpler way of living and just, guess what? The Taoists believe that nature will provide you with everything you need. You just need to accept it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay? You just need to accept it. And if all of us did that, what would happen to the chaos and the disorder? It would be gone. So, basically, Taoists believe that if we do all that and we're living really good, then government will be like I was during the activity, which is what?
Natural.
Yeah, hands what? Hands off. Taoists believe that a good government is a very low-key, no-rules kind of government. You know, just, hey, put as few rules as necessary, let the people find their way, because nature's going to show them the way that they need to go. So, when we think about that, see, I was also looking at Confucianism on Thursday. I was thinking, yeah, that makes sense. When Jack D explained it today, I was like, yeah, preach on, brother. Why should we just do that in our family and walk out our door and treat everybody else different? Yeah! But now, by goodness, and you know what? I'm sitting, is this one tough for humans? For most humans? Yes. Accepting what you got. Not wanting more. Accept what you have. Accept the good and the bad that comes with it. Okay? That's tough. So, we will have a symbol for this one also. Again, you know, Buddhism, meditation, we go up. But when we get here, we link. What do you think these two circles represent? Humans and nature in harmony. Good. No. That's Confucian.
Bad. Good.
Okay? Humans and nature in harmony. Everybody stand up. Let's become very Taoist. Humans and nature in harmony. Okay, ready? Okay, The EQ today was how did the thoughts and the beliefs of ancient Chinese influence their society and government, and we were focusing on the 3 philosophies. The reason I chose to teach it this way was that it gave the kids a chance to experience, to get up. It was more than just reading. You know, my kids read a lot and they write a lot of notes, but it gave them a chance to experience each philosophy, which, let's face it, otherwise they wouldn't be able to do that. Ancient history is very hard to experience because it happened a long time ago. I love doing anything that gets them involved and gets them up and gets them moving. I like the application of it at the end, where they get to take what they learned, the philosophies, and they get to apply it to their homeschool. That takes what they've learned and gets to see really what they understand. The little bit of wisdom that I can give you is have fun. Okay, just have fun with it. You know, you can straight out read and write and take notes, and the kids are going to get really bored. But if the kids enjoy it, they buy in so much more.